Gunfreaknation Salute. Hey, Gunfreaknation, I need each and every one of you to be safe out there, okay? It's so much going on in the world right now, man. From just savages are everywhere. Home invasions, man. Just being out there, living your everyday life, you may encounter a savage. You know what I'm saying? More than ever, I'm telling y'all need to get armed. It's get strapped or you gonna get clapped. It's just as simple, man. First and foremost, man, I'm glad to be feeling better. You know, still got a little cough, but I'm way much better than a couple of days ago. And thank you to all of the well wishers that reached out to me, for a speedy recovery. But once again, we got to be armed and ready. I like to call it savage ready. Look what's going on all over the world. Look what happened in New York with the insurance CEO, being unalived like that. If he would have had a firearm on him, maybe it would have made a difference. If you that rich, you should have had a security detail. But that's just to tell you that even the rich folks, they are, the neighborhoods and everything, man, they are being targeted. Right here in Michigan, you got Oakland County, which is, I believe, Oakland County is like the wealthiest county in the state of Michigan. They are being targeted by these transnational gangs that's just breaking in $1 million homes. I told y'all there is no more safe neighborhoods. Some of these neighborhoods are some of these neighborhoods are gated communities, and it's still not stopping crime from happening. It's better neighborhoods, but as I said before, there are no more safe neighborhoods. It can go down. It can happen anytime, any place, and you need to be prepared. You need to be savage ready. You know what I'm saying? You need to be savage ready. These savages are not they're not gonna show no mercy on you. If they catch you slipping, you're going to get got. It's just as simple as that. You need to be ready. It was a couple of home invasions happened, the other day here in Detroit, which, home invasions happen every day. Once again, people, they wasn't prepared. They didn't have any, firearms to protect themselves. So, the savages went up in their homes and stretched them out. Listen, if you love your family, if you love yourself, you're going to get, you got to get armed. You got to be ready, armed and ready, armed and righteous, and put the threat down. So much happening in the world, from wars to, we got these drone invasions over New Jersey and, over some American bases over there, some American bases over there in England, so-called drones. We don't know where they at or where they originated from, but it's a lot of crazy stuff going on. And also, it's a lot of terrorist attacks, or I'm not going to say terrorist attacks, but it's a lot of attacks that's happening over in Poland, really over in Europe, man, Europe. And they are assuming that Russia may be behind it. Payback, retaliation for all the bullshit that Biden did, providing them, providing Ukraine with all those weapons. You know what I'm saying? Providing them with all those weapons. It's a lot of stuff going down all over the world, man. And you just got to be prepared. You got to be ready. You don't want to be a victim. You don't want to be on looking down the barrel. You don't want to be looking down the barrel of a savage's, gun. You know what I'm saying? That's your life. It's like, if you listen, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. In this day and age, if you are not armed, and if you don't have the means, even if you are armed, it starts right here. You gotta have the means to know when to use it, how to move, and just to be aware of your surroundings. You feel me? You have to be aware of your surroundings at all times, because it ain't just about, I got a gun and, ain't nothing gonna happen to me. No, you gotta be ready. You gotta be trained, mentally trained. I'm not feeling my best, but I'm not gonna let it stop me from, keeping the content coming out to y'all. You feel me? But Gun Freak Nation, listen. This is serious right here, man. People are being unalived, and it's crazy. People are being robbed out there. People, it's robbing season out there, man. People are out there trying to hit a lick. They robbing. It's Christmas season, man. They try, even the savages trying to get money up to get their family gifts or whatever. Then you got your the druggies, the dope heads, man. Ain't nothing like a junkie, a dope head that's desperate to get high. They'll do any and everything, And like I say, they'll come up in your house, and like I said, they take these, they getting hopped up on drugs, and some of that is sexual stimulus. So you would think that they coming in just to take your valuables, but they coming in to do more. Basically come in and stretch you out and do whatever they want to do to you. And it ain't, you have to take this serious, y'all. You got to take this serious, man. And Biden and Harris, they didn't make it better leaving that damn border open, man, for 4 years, basically. It's just more criminals, the criminal element of the migrant situation, man. The gangs that come over across the border, they are throughout the country now, and it's gonna be hard weeding them out and trying to, deport them. So we got a lot of stuff that could potentially happen. You feel me? We have a lot of stuff. So I'm telling y'all right now, Gun Freak Nation, I know I'm preaching to the choir, but do not let your guard down. Don't let your guard down. It was a brother that just got unalived. He got into it with somebody at a Coney Island right here in Detroit, man, and lost his life. People are leaving this earth, man, being unalived over the most senseless, stupid, dumb, senseless violence, man. It's like you just gotta know how to move. And the best part about it, if you really know what I'm talking about, move out the way. You got to know how to move, and you got to know how to move out the way. Okay? Listen to me again. You got to know how to move, and you got to know how to move out the way. Don't get yourself entangled in foolery, in bullshit, in stupidity, because it's a whole lot of it out there. A whole lot of it. And you can get caught up in it and, lose your life, lose your freedom. So don't get caught up in the bullshit, man. You know, focus on you. Focus on, you know, you and your family, and just being prepared to survive what may come. It may come tomorrow. It could be next week. It could be next year. It could be 2 years from now, 5 years from now. But you need to be ready at all times. You got to be ready at all times, man. You know, it's crazy. I feel bad for the families. The 2 home invasions that happened here in Detroit, man. But I just wish that I wish they would have been armed. You know, I don't know for the life of me why people in this day and age refuse to arm themselves and so they can protect themselves, man. You know, instead they want to grab their phone, dial 911, and hope and pray that the police get there in time. That's not it. That's not it. Police don't always come in time. You feel me? So you got to be your own first responder by taking care and protecting your family. That's what it all boils down to, protecting your family. You don't want to be that person that, you know, gotta do, you know, you watching them do horrible things to your family. Come on now. You watching them do horrible things to your wife. Listen, y'all got to get armed up, man. Get armed up. It's so worth it. If your life, if you love yourself, listen, if you love yourself, you're going to get armed. It's just that simple. You will get armed if you love yourself, because it's so much worth it. Your life, you only get one life. And if you let a savage take that, man, that's it. Ain't no coming back. Not here in this world. Not here in this life. We living in some crazy, crazy times, man. We living in some days where you may go out just to get gas for your car, grab you a bite to eat, do some grocery shopping, and something pop off, and you running for your life. You know, these are the days that we are living in, man. The dark days. You know, it is what it is. Can't nobody tell me different. You know, somebody say, nah, T, you just being a fearmonger, or you just being paranoid. No, the hell I'm not. I'm being a realist. I'm facing reality, at least my reality, you know. So you need to be prepared. Get strapped or get clapped. It's just as simple as that. You know, the only way a savage can be put down, and, you know, the only way they can be dealt with, the only language that they understand is violence, you know. Violence begets violence. But our violence is righteous violence, because we're not out here stirring up trouble. We're not out here instigating. We're not out here trying to be a vigilante. You know, we peaceful, law-abiding people. Leave us alone. Stop picking with us. Stop messing with us. And for you savages out there, man, you savages, listen, y'all got to go. Y'all got to go. Put that threat down. When they try you and you don't have no other recourse and you feel like your life is threatened, then you know what you got to do. Send them to Funky Town. Send them to Funky Town. It's just that simple. Your life is not to be played with. Your family's life, you know, is not to be played with, you know. So protect it. Like my brother Saint the Willis say, protect your lifestyle at all times. You got to. By the way, shout out to Saint. I watched your live, brother. I enjoyed it. It was awesome. I wanted to jump in, but at that time, I was still, I still ain't got my energy level. Still ain't right. You know what I'm saying? But all I know is I want y'all to continue to fight, continue to be armed, continue to be ready for whatever, because it can happen. Don't ever think nothing can happen to you. Ever think that, because there's a lot of people out there in the cemetery right now that's sleeping eternally in their grave right now because they wasn't ready, or they made the mistake, which goes back to not being ready. When I say savage ready, every time when y'all in y'all house, every time when y'all out there in the world, you need to be alert and pay attention to your surroundings. Like the CEO guy that was on the live, that was a hit. That wasn't no random, savage, and that was a hit. But if he would have been, not only if he would have been armed, but if he would have been savage ready, he would have been paying attention, looking around, paying attention to his environment, paying attention to who, walking up on him, who walking behind him. And maybe he could have got his, if he would have been armed, he could have returned fire, But it ain't about just having a gun. It's about knowing what to do with the gun when the time comes. When the action comes. You got to be ready to know what to do with your firearm. Life, man, is this is serious. And you need to be ready. You feel me? You just got to be ready, man. I cannot imagine, the terror that those, two victims, those two households that got robbed, the home invasion right here in Detroit, I just cannot imagine the terror that they went through. And thank God in both situations, they survived it. Trust me, they will never, ever, ever be the same. They're gonna, they gonna suffer. It's gonna be, their life will never be the same, man. They're gonna be traumatized for the rest of their life, for real. You don't want that to happen. You don't want that to happen to your family. You don't want your family to go through that, But there's people out there, man, savages, that they don't care about you. They don't have no regards for, human life. They don't give a damn about your life. Matter of fact, they want to take your life. Let's not, don't make it easy for them. That's all I'm trying to say. Don't make it easy for them. Fight back. It's about fighting back against evil. That's what it's about ultimately. Fighting back against these savages that's out here. You dig? And as far as all that drone stuff that might be UFOs, UAPs, whatever you call it, whatever you want to call it, that's happening over in New Jersey and other parts of the country, man, it's a lot of distractions going on in the world right now. Just pay attention and keep your eye to the sky. You know what I'm saying? But also keep your eye ground level for them savages out there too. You feel me? But anyway, Gunfreak Nation, I'm about to sign off. Hey, look, y'all stay armed, stay responsible with your firearms, stay righteous, and be ready to send that savage to Funky Town. Till the next time. Love you, Gunfreak Nation. Salute, baby. Yeah.